Today I'm going to show you guys how I inlet an octagon to round barrel in a maple stock. The first thing I'm going to show you is how I lay these out. It's a little bit different than what I think most people do, but it works very well for me. The layout is the most important part. If it's not laid out correctly, then you're going to have a very difficult time getting your barrel inlet right. So I'll show you how I lay these out. What we've got here is, this is my layout. I've drawn basically my whole outline of the gun onto the stock. And I've drawn the barrel, the bottom of the barrel is this line right here. Here's my sear, my trigger, my ramrod hole, and here I've laid out my ramrod groove, the bottom of the groove. Now what I do differently is I cut the ramrod groove in first and I drill the hole before I inlet the barrel. The reason I do this is because I can come right here in my front lock bolt. I don't know if you can see, I drill a little hole in the bottom of where my barrel channel will be, and I locate the bottom of my ramrod hole. That way, if my drill walks a little bit, left or right or up and down, I can inlet my barrel to the bottom of the ramrod hole. A lot of people have troubles. They'll inlet the barrel first and then drill the hole, and their ramrod hole is drilled off. Your drill can walk very easily. So I use my ramrod hole back here as a reference point. I call that 0 on the whole rifle. Another thing I'll show you is you can inlet your barrel. This is a right hand shooting gun. I'll inlet my barrel a little bit towards the right back here of the ramrod hole. This keeps the mainspring on the lock from getting into the ramrod hole when you inlet the lock. So your ramrod hole will be a little bit to the left. So first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to flip this over and lay out where I want the barrel channel to start. I've got the stock flipped over in the vise here, and this is a French fusil that I'm building, by the way, and a 20 gauge octagon to round barrel that I've modified. I've taken most of the octagon section off up to the wedding band here. It is still octagon back here, but it's a nice barrel. I really like it. So this hole right here is the hole I've drilled to locate my ramrod hole, and I like to drill it roughly about where my front lock bolt will be. This way, when my barrel is all inlet and I go to drill for the front lock bolt in the bottom of the barrel channel, it will just be a slot across the bottom flat of the barrel channel, and this hole will pretty much disappear. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay out the top of my barrel back here at the breech. I'm going to kick it over this way just a little bit to the right, so that our ramrod hole is off to the left. So when we inlet our lock, our mainspring, we'll have a little bit of room in between the ramrod hole and the mainspring. And we're going to come up here to the front and locate my, I don't know if you can see it, my ramrod groove here. I'm going to draw a line straight up and onto the top. I'm going to transfer it up here. That'll be the center of our barrel. That way our barrel is in line with the ramrod groove up here in the front. Some people will drill a hole from the ramrod groove all the way through to locate the center of the barrel up this way. I don't do that. I don't know why. I just like to draw a line on there and inlet as I go. And if I need to kick the barrel over, you know, just a little bit as I'm going to locate it with the ramrod groove, that's what I'll do. So we're going to get started laying this out, and I'll show you how I do that. I've got my breech area laid out here. This line right here is in line with the center of my ramrod hole. So I've kicked the barrel over about 1/16 of an inch. This will get the lock away from this ways of your ramrod hole, so that you don't break through when you inlet the lock. I've measured my breech. It's a little over 1 1/16, and I've laid out my sidelines here, and come down this transition a little bit down here. When I go, I'll start inletting this first, and down this transition here to get the bottom of the barrel down against the top of the stock here. So that's what we'll do next. Alright, back here in the breech area, I'm just using a very small 3/16 carving chisel here. It's just flat. Back here in the breech area, I'm just gonna, about where I want the back of the barrel, I'm just gonna start stabbing straight down and cutting this in. Basically just trying to start forming the back side of the breech. And on all your lines that you've drawn, cut on the inside of them. Leave you a little bit to play with. Once I get this established, I'll start using a bigger chisel. It's really important to use a very sharp chisel back here, because you're cutting end grain. It can tear out fairly easy, and the back of your breech area will not be smooth. It won't be a good mortise. Just go slow. Make sure you don't mess up. Alright, I've got that established. I'm going to start stabbing the sides in with a little bit bigger chisel. Stay within my lines. I like to use this chisel to cut down, push really hard. It doesn't leave a it doesn't pull the end grain out. Now I'm using a 5/8 mortising chisel to chip this out. The main thing is go slow. Take your time. The breech area is the very most important part of the whole gun. you want it inlet really well. You know, the first 5 or 6 inches of a barrel channel, you want that to be the very best, because your lock is being inlet there. The recoil is all against the face of this wood right here, not against your pins like people think. It's all on this face, and I'll show you that later on. Alright, we're going to fast forward, and I'll get this all taken down to this surface here, so the bottom of our barrel is touching this, and then I'll show you how I lay out the rest of the barrel. Okay, I've got this all cut out and flush with the top of the stock here. You can see the back area back there is not all torn out. That's how you want it. So you can get a nice surface back there for the breech of the rifle. And I've got the front laid out here. That's just going to be the center of the barrel there, and I'll lay my barrel in here. It'll line up in there, and I'll draw the sides on the profile of it. This is a swamped barrel. It's 1 1/16" at the breech, and I think it's 950 at the muzzle, something like that. So we'll lay that out next.